Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janelle Samora, and this is Scent Talk from my closet, the fragrance closet. And on this channel, we go over all things fragrance. If it is your first time watching, I do like to focus on one perfume house or topic at a time. And normally we hover around the vanilla and gourmand category. For today, it is no different. We have a collaboration between the beautiful Paulina Schar here on YouTube and NAVITUS Parfums. This is called Lost in a Dream. It is her third fragrance collaboration with the brand. I have only tried the one other, which is called Kind Intentions. I got a little sample of it. And not to say that that was not a beautiful release as well. I just, didn't get a hold of the bottle before it sold out. So I'll be looking into that. And I have not reviewed it on the channel either. So we'll definitely get to that as well. If this is something you're interested in, go ahead and continue watching. Consider hitting that subscription button and the bell so you'll be notified to new videos. So what does this fragrance give us? First and foremost, I do have a little short video here on the channel in regards to this fragrance bottle. It does come in this sleeve and then this box. And for whatever reason, I'm standing over here, thankfully, over my padded mat. And I was just holding the box like this, and the bottle just flew to the ground. Okay, so just be careful. It's a heavy weighted bottle. So if you're holding it, like this and it falls out, then you're going to be in trouble if it's in on a hard surface. Okay. So just that it did bust the box only though. So yay. I was really fortunate that it didn't break or shatter the bottle. Okay. I just want to give that PSA to you guys because if you're like me and you get excited about your opening your brand new fragrances, I mean, yeah, we don't want to be dropping them and breaking them. They are pretty pricey investments. Okay, so what does this fragrance have to give us, you guys? I have been experimenting with it, playing around, getting to know it. I was not going to lie, right off the bat, really, really worried, so worried that I wasn't going to jive with the fragrance, with the woody tones of the fragrance. Lots of reviews were coming in that this fragrance smelled pretty much exact spot on to Commodities Milk. And I did not get along with any single fragrance from the Commodity line. I did order a year ago, I ordered a nice, fragrance set, all of the samples, and I wanted to do a whole week of it on the channel, and I could not tolerate whatever kind of woods they use, whatever type of, baseline mixture. I don't know, but I could not jive with the brand. So, yeah, talk about being extremely worried once I started to read reviews and see people, comparing the two fragrances. But here's my take. Here's how it went. And let's start off with the fragrance notes. We have in the top milk accord, orange, bergamot, and cinnamon. In the mid, there is fig milk, almonds, croissant accord, coffee, and marshmallow, jasmine, orchid flower, and amberwood. In the base, we have Toulouse Balsam, Madagascan vanilla, tonka bean absolute, sandalwood, oakwood absolute, and musk. Beautiful fragrance notes. We have plenty of gourmand accords here to keep my, to spark my interest. What do we get when we first spray the fragrance? My goodness. um, Worried, extremely worried straight out the gate here because I really do get commodity milk. The very first spritz is commodity milk down to a T. The wood, the hint of milk accord is in here, and I was just almost heartbroken because of it, because I knew that I didn't really jive with the milk line. Now, that is just very, very first spritz. The fragrance is a lot more complex than that milk commodity milk. It is just so beautiful. It unravels itself. It is fluffy. It does not stay like the way that it opened and scared me. I do get a blast of spicy woods. I do. But, and then that little masculine tinge that for some people, it doesn't really fly for some people, that masculinity type fragrance note. I do enjoy a masculine touch. And this has it. It has that little cologne vibe. Now, I don't get a prominent milk, lactonic, like this is really straight up lactonic type fragrance. But it is here, and in the mid, it feels nice and fluffy. Just really fluffy. I just love when a fragrance has a bit of an airiness to it, a little bit of mystery, some fluff, some comfort. That is what I get in the mid of the fragrance when I'm wearing it. There is something that cuts right through probably the floral tones, the jasmine and the orchid flower here really cut through the sweet tones to where it's never overbearing or cloying. I get such a beautiful mid. I mean, the heart of this wear is where it is at for me. Well, scratch that. My favorite part of the fragrance was the dry down, but the mid is also extremely enjoyable for me. And the woodsy tone that is extremely apparent and strong and spicy to me in the opening does tone down, and it is in the background for the rest of the wear. So if you do not care for woods, a woody base, a woody background in your fragrances, then you're going to detect that here and you're not really going to enjoy the fragrance because it is not straight up fluffy gourmand. This is not a gourmand through and through, like I like to say. There are some perfume tones in here. It is a little bit complex. It really is. Now, as the day progressed, as I was wearing this, because I did wear it out of the house a couple of times already, I get such a nice scent bubble. I can tell it's a bit of a moderate projection. At sillage, you do leave a little bit of a trail. It feels very sophisticated as well. Those perfume tones give it that nice touch. And now in the base is where, whoa, I do get a strong vanilla with that cinnamon. The cinnamon is not too apparent to me in the top or the mid, but the cinnamon comes through for me at dry down with that beautiful vanilla marshmallow hanging around. So it reminded me so much of Chabot's Lait de Biscuit. Lies, Lait de Vanille. Lait de Vanille is just a baker's spice vanilla, beautiful, strong, a little almond touch to it. And there are some almond tones here. So I can see now why it led my nose to this. Beautiful dry down. I mean, so good. It really did treat me well. So I'm beyond happy with the fragrance. Do I feel again like it's a gourmand through and through? No. So for people that expected this to be extremely edible, sweet, and that's it, you're not going to get that. So you might be a little disappointed. You do get that woody base, and I love it. It's a soft woody base. It never overtook the fragrance for me in the mid or the deep dry down of the fragrance. Now on skin, it did go about 8 hours, and it was a soft wear. It's not super loud, but it is really enjoyable and a tad bit intimate, but really nice. On clothes, it clings and it hangs on 12 plus hours. So you're going to get a nice wear. Now, there's one more fragrance that this did kind of point my note. I got a little bit of, that I've smelled this before. And it's another fragrance that I truly love from the brand. And it is called NAVITUS Parfums Embrace. This is, I can detect maybe a little bit of a honey nuance for whatever reason in Lost in a Dream. I never get the croissant note, you guys. I never get the croissant. I was literally sniffing and sniffing to see if I could smell or detect this croissant note, and I never, or croissant. I don't know how to say that. It's French. But I never get it. I never get that bready tone at all. But I do get a little bit of a honey tinge to it in the mid of the wear. That reminds me so much of the heart notes here. I have little cards here. They always come with the most beautiful, note cards. Here's the one for Paulina's fragrance. Very nice. In the heart here, we have honey accord and coffee absolute. So we do have some coffee absolute here with that fig milk. I never get a fig either in Lost in a Dream. But I do get, for whatever reason, a little hint of honey. Okay, so it reminds me of the Embrace. Yeah, that's really all the comparisons that I have. A little bit of commodity milk, a little bit of Navitus the Embrace. If you've ever smelled that, you would love Lost in a Dream. Okay, just beautiful. Just so happy that the blind buy was a success. I was starting to get a little worried there at the way beginning, like I mentioned, but it just settles down almost immediately and oh so nicely. So, clapping here. More complex than commodity milk. Yes, it does give an air to it, but it is its own fragrance. I don't think it's fair for people to just spray it and say, "Oh, that's commodity milk." I'm not, I don't need that. Give it a wear, just see what the fragrance gives you for an entire day. It might shift change. It might change on you. It might still remind you of commodity milk the entire wear, and that is cool. But a lot of people, as I've noticed, just kind of pass things off on first scent, and sometimes things do evolve, especially on our own skin. So, what would I mix this with, you guys? What would I layer this with? If you've been on the channel for any amount of time, I do not just come into this closet, spritz a fragrance, and be on my merry way. I cannot do that. I have to layer my fragrances, even if it's the same. Like a lotion is the same as the fragrance. I'm not going to change the tone. I'm still going to layer my fragrances. So I'm going to throw down a base of fragrance, and I would love to wear Bianco Latte right here by Giardini di Toscana. Bianco Latte has that musky vanilla with a wonderful lactonic feel. This has so much more of a lactonic feel to me than Lost in a Dream did, um, for certain. So if you want to amp up that lactonic feel in Lost in a Dream, you could do that with this Bianco Latte. This or the fragrance. I have the fragrance back there. You could definitely do that. However, I feel like Lost in a Dream is already such a solid wear, such a solid fragrance, that you don't need to add too much to it, or it would be too much. I feel like you need to be a little careful here, unless you really enjoy over the top sweetness, which I do. Now marshmallow. You could pull out those marshmallow tones with Delicia de Marshmallow Body Butter by Kais. This has in it the most fluffy marshmallow with this, really dense feel of a vanilla in the background. But it's marshmallows from a bag for certain, and it would just be such a nice layering base for here. Next, we have Tonka Bean Tea Cakes by House of Glory. Now, this one is one of my favorites when it comes to comfort, laying down a nice, sweet, almost baker's feel of a base. This has fluffy little cakes, flecked with lightly sweet tonka bean and coated in a delicate sugar glaze. This just goes nice. Okay, so I would layer, my body care with that. Now, if you have anything from, let's say, Bath and Body Works that is just a vanilla, for example, I'm gonna drop something. You're wrapped in vanilla. This one has soft vanilla, velvet sugar, and chantilly cream. Anything like this from Bath and Body Works would go nicely as well. Anything with toffee nuances, anything just really, really vanilla would go nicely as a layering base, you guys. That's all I have for today. Not too crazy on the layering combinations. Oh, if you have Ginger Biscuit by Joe Malone, I don't have it, but I do have Ginger Esque. Sorry, I want to bring this up because I feel like you could add that ginger tone to this, and it would change the fragrance a little bit, but it would make it so nice, ginger, and I would probably do Bianco Latte lotion. I would do the Lost in a Dream. I would do the Ginger Esque at my pulse points. I would do that. Just layer away. Oh, so nice, you guys. That was it for the fragrance review. A little bit of layering base there. And I want to wish everybody if you observe the holiday, a very, very Merry Christmas and I was going to say New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve. Our family does celebrate Christmas Eve, so we'll be heading out in a while. We're excited. I'm excited. Kids are excited. We love family time and all of that goodness. To tell you, it has been extremely difficult to choose my scent of the evening, and I'm still not full on decided. I have about 6 layering combos in my head. I'll probably just spray them all and see which one speaks to me before I go ahead and shower. All right, you guys. I'm not sure what we're going to do for our next review. I do have quite a bit that I just received. It was early Christmas, a couple of nights ago, opening up some decants. I have received, and I don't know where I put it, Narcotica's Happy Dust, you guys. Oh, I have received it. I am going to let it settle a little bit. That's what I'm hearing from the reviews. I'm hearing it's really, really light. So I think I'm going to give this one a good week or so to settle, see what it gives in about a week. It is extremely light. I was not able, I sprayed it on my hand and thought, this smells sweet, kind of sugary, kind of, it's giving me a little bit mazzolali, mazzolari, yeah, the vanilla, I'll put it up here. Sweet vanilla for certain. But I really, and just a little bit of alcohol. So it had just arrived from the mail. I want to give it a good go. So I'm going to hold off on this Happy Dust. I am excited to see what that gives, if it changes at all. I have received Sora Dora's Malo and Sora Dora's Jani, and these are gourmand fragrances. Now, talk about being able to smell something. I did spritz both of these on one hand, and they were competing for my attention. Mouth watering, delicious. Okay, so can't wait to review these for you guys. I do also have Maddie's Milk Note. Ooh, this is another one that kind of gave me a really strong alcohol feel, so I'm gonna hold off on, let this one settle. And then I have Perfumes de Marley's Altair. Really, really nice. I think that's how you say it. I don't think you pronounce the H. Altair. I do have a dupe for this from a house, what is it called? Preproduction Perfumery in New York. And I want to compare the two because I loved the Preproduction Perfumery version, or the Amelie line from that brand. Definitely. And they went ahead and sent over some samples, you guys. They sent over 4160 Tuesdays Hammersmith Tea. 4160 Tuesdays is so artistic. It's an artistic fragrance house. I believe we have a whole week of these. And then they also sent over 4160 Tuesdays Creamy Vanilla. Ooh, so I can't, we're going to see. I think we're going to do, make that probably a whole week. But also the next few reviews, I've been promising you guys some lists. I've been promising you guys, dented skincare and, which are my heavy hitters in my collection from personal experience. So I want to get those together for you guys before the new year. So yeah, lots of fun. Thankfully, we have one extra day, that I can hang around here instead of putting on my full-time nurse hat. So hopefully you guys have a blessed holiday. I truly appreciate every single one of you that has subscribed to the channel, is continuing to enjoy the scent talk from this closet. You guys, we had a win. We had a win today. You have a blessed rest of your day, your night, or your evening, and you stay safe.